7 keys to self-love. Self-love is the result of self-discovery. You start to love yourself when you discover yourself. When you discover who you are. Self-love is the result of self-source. When you discover the source. When you discover what sustains you. Self-love is the result of self-worth. When you start to give yourself value. Give what? Give yourself the value. Don't let society define your value. Impossible. They don't know you. You know you. God knows you. That's why God is loving. That is why loving yourself is equal to loving God. When you love God, you get to know yourself. And when you get to know yourself, you know how to value yourself. Self-worth. How much are you valued? You value the price of his son. Oh no, wonderful Christ is. That's how much you are worth. His life. Self-love is a result of self-worth. You love yourself when you understand how much you are worth. Right? Self-love is a result of self-esteem. You start to carry a certain standard naturally. When you start to operate by this standard, don't make anybody waver. Don't make anybody say, you don't have to do that. Oh, you can just do that. One little time not hurt. No, you have a standard. That is an expression of how much you love yourself. Self-love is a result of self-concept. Yeah, the understanding of your mind. The understanding of how you operate. Self-love is a result of your self-identity. When you understand how you identify, by whom you identify, that is when self-love is present. Self-love is a result of self-value. When you value yourself, we have to capture these 7 keys. Self-discovery, self-worth, self-source, self-esteem, self-identity, self-concept, and self-value. We have to catch these keys. Right? Self-love is the key to loving everyone. If you want to be able to love everyone, you have to first love yourself. And someone shouldn't make you happy. You should already be happy. That is the problem with society. That is the problem, you know. You see, if you can say, oh, somebody, if you can say somebody, you're not happy no more because he left. That means you don't love it. It is impossible to love yourself. It is impossible to love yourself and don't happy. It is impossible to love yourself and get hurt and suffer from that hurt when somebody decides that them don't love you no more. That shouldn't affect you. You know why? You already have 100% love. For them love just only would make it overflow. So now they might get an overflow of that love. But if they decide to not love you anymore, who cares? You already had love for yourself. In fact, you love them more on top of it when them don't decide to love you no more. And then that will heap coals and fire upon them head. We say, why this person is still... I come and treat them. And they still love me. They're still so kind. They still talk so soft. Them still help me after I treat them so. That I got pull upon them spirit. Hey, it's natural for people to love. It's natural for you to attract to love. That is natural. So when you consistently give that, you got pull upon what them naturally want to give and what them naturally yearn for. And then I got confuse them until it break them to start give back the love. Because that's what them naturally created. But that has to first happen when you love yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to love yourself. Someone shouldn't make you happy. You should already be happy. Why? Because you already love yourself. This deep, this Jesus, Jesus would have said this is a hard sin. This is a hard sin. Self-love is key to loving everyone else. You can only love somebody to the degree you love yourself. You can only love somebody to the degree you love yourself. We have to catch that. You can only love somebody to the degree you love yourself. Right? Catch this now, the priority of love. 1 John 4:7. John put it this way: Beloved, let us love one another. Bear in mind, every time John used the word love right here, so the word in Greek is agape. And that Greek was technically a made-up word because you don't see that in much other Greek texts. You see it in one or two other Greek texts outside of the lexicon Greek Bible, right? I remember if a lexicon or one word. The Septuagint, right? That is the Greek manuscript of the Bible. You don't see agape, the word for love, in much other texts. It's like God, there's no other way for properly express this. Them have to make that word here. The transcribers of the Greek, they have to make that word here. Agape, that's how them express this kind of love. What Jesus did describe, what Paul did describe, what John did describe. Agape, right? So every time you see the word love used right, it's talking about agape, that Greek word. And bear in mind also, there's different words for love. And that's one of the difficulty we have when we speak the English language. We should break that down. Now John is saying, Beloved, let us love one another. For love is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God. Beloved, let us love one another. For everyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God. He that loveth not knoweth not God. If you don't express love, you don't know God. For God is love, and in this was manifested the love of God toward us, because God sent his begotten Son into the world that we might live through him.